So what is she going to do? Keep having different men continue to raise this little kid in different stages of their life? There's this one man that wants to continue raising this child.
Why would you co-parent with somebody who ain't the real parent? So a woman has a kid with a man.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in the picture. That woman and the kid get into another relationship. She gets married.
Gotcha. Okay.
The kid is only 2 years old. And now
That's his daddy.
From 2 to 6, right? So from 2 to 6, that kid believes that that's his father.
He doesn't know otherwise?
No, he doesn't know otherwise. Well, he does, but he doesn't. You know, like they haven't fully like told him, but you know, whatever. Let's just say he believes that that's his father. Yes.
Okay.
They get divorced. Okay. So now the child is still 6. So now fast forward 2 years later, the child is now 8. And now that mom is now in a relationship with another person. But the step parent from the previous relationship still wants to be active in the child's life going forward. What are your thoughts?
But now she's in another relationship.
A completely new relationship.
Now she's in a new relationship.
Wait, a third one?
Yeah.
Yes. Like the step parent, they got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
And now 2 years later, she's in a new relationship.
Oh, okay.
This
I got
is
you.
not really that complicated of a situation because I mean, I've known situations like this, to be honest. That kid has had the stepfather in his life since 2 years old, growing up to believe, even if that child knows the truth about him being the father or not, that's his dad. To him, this is the man who raised me. So that's my father.
Raised?
Huh? Didn't he raise him? 2 to 6, he's been in his life.
But that's 4 years ain't raising no kid.
Okay,
What
come
is
up in
That's just
very
there.
essential.
Is it babysitting?
Damn near, hell yeah. Raise, you need at least, I would say, 8 years to raise somebody. Raise. Like,
Okay, well
all I
then
did was get your habits in 4 years.
well then there's this. His father, his biological father, isn't in his life, correct?
It's correct.
Like gone.
Gone out the picture.
Let's just say
Right.
dead.
I don't want to say that. He's gone.
Extinct.
Okay, but now she's not married in a new relationship. She's just in another relationship. So what is she going to do? Keep having different men continue to raise this little kid in different stages of their life? There's this one man that wants to continue raising this child.
Why would you co-parent with somebody who ain't the real parent?
Well,
Right.
well, let her cook in.
No, because that child needs a daddy.
But we're going to get a new one.
No. And that's just not cohesive for a child to keep naming someone daddy every couple of years, depending on who his mother is dating. If this is who he grew up with for the past 4 years, okay, he knows that this is my dad.
No, he believes.
He believes this is like, that doesn't matter. He believes.
It does matter.
He believes that this is my dad. And this is also someone who wants to be his dad. His, her, I don't know what the child is. Let him do that.
No. Okay.
But you're leaving out the part that they broke up and the mother
It's
Hates
not
him?
doesn't have to hate
Tell the
him.
full story.
They're not together. They're not speaking. I'm not saying that he did something. There's there was no foul
No,
play.
but that's okay. Even if she doesn't hate him, she is not on good terms with him. She
Yeah,
has
they're
a
not on good
personal issue with him.
They are not on good terms. They do not get along. They do not work well with each other, which is why they are divorced. Like, you gotta understand, we're not talking about, hey, I was with you and we broke up. They got a divorce.
No, I understand.
So understand that there has to be. Now, I'm not saying there's any life, as we like to add shit, not life-threatening things that are happening in this relationship.
There was no abuse, nothing.
There's
bad.
no abuse. Yeah, I don't like this person. This person is not good for me for whatever reason it is. So now
What's good for your baby?
What?
What's good for your child?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something.
Was he a good dad?
Here's what I would say, right? 4 years, first of all, you're not raising shit, right? I have a daughter right now. She will be 4.
So you really haven't raised her? Is that
Not
what you're
yet.
saying?
No, because she's only really
So she can go off and call somebody else daddy?
Well, can I speak?
Ooh.
No, you could.
Christ.
Go ahead.
If I allow, well,
Maybe she'll forget you.
well, this is what happened with this.
Rico!
This is exactly what
I don't
we
know
talk
that nigga.
about. This is exactly what we talk about when we talk about the Russell Wilson future situation, right? So And the worst part is that his actual biological father is still present. So this little boy is calling two people dad is nuts to me.
Is he?
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
You seen it.
It was all over the news. Like,
Future be there?
what do you mean? Future be there? It was all over. Ciara was
You heard what Ciara be saying?
Ciara said.
I hear what Ciara be saying.
Anyways, listen, we're not
Future
getting
do
off
not
on
be there.
we're not getting off on tangents. The
You're
fact,
using it as an example.
yeah, but you're continuing. So
We just trying to understand. That's all.
So understand that 4 years is not raising anything, especially when a child wasn't able to really speak or really walk until the child was about 2 or 3, right? Child can't really communicate. So now, if I really say my daughter just now started communicating at 3 and I leave out her life at 4 and somebody comes into her life. Now, I'm not saying because you added different men multiple times every year. No, if it's one more man, let's say, or one more woman comes into play, and now they're there between the ages of 6 and 25.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say, because if they're in that age, if they're in that category where they're dating a person and they're seriously dating and they actually have a lasting relationship, now whoever is the extra parent, right, at that point in time has to submit their, I guess, role to somebody who's not even in the picture because of 4 years.
Well, I'm not adding things like unnecessarily. You said that the new relationship was just a relationship. It's not like she's married, so we don't know if that'll last. These are just things that we don't know.
But the one, who knows? Didn't last though.
True, but who's to say that she's stopping here at guy number 3?
But what I'm trying to say is this person is saying that they want to do it, right? Hypothetically, this person is saying that they want to be a parent to somebody who is not really their child. You understand?
Yeah.
Right? They're not their child. 1. 2, they're separated. 3, not only are they separated, they still want to proactively attempt to be in that child's life, despite the fact that that child is not their child and that child is with the actual biological mother or father who will ultimately be with somebody else.
I think she gave her answer. She's set on that, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to convince her otherwise.
Okay.
I feel like from 2 to 4, like you've known this baby from
6.
now, like 2 to 6.
No,
2 to 6. This is a baby that you've known and now a toddler. I'm pretty sure he has very strong feelings about emotional connection about this child. He feels like that's his child.
But that,
even though we know technically
it
is not his child.
This is where I would agree with TK that part is called mental illness.
Can I ask one piece of clarification? Did he ever adopt the child?
No.
Okay.
Which is another
question.
Mm-hmm.
Follow up. If he did not adopt the child, did he ever inquire with the mother about it?
No. There was no attempt to adopt this child at all throughout the relationship. But now that they've separated, he still wants to be active, which to me was what I said to Alan. If that was the case, and you were truly wanted to be this child's father, you would have adopted this child at some point in time, or at least inquired, like you said. But because that was never there.
So I truly don't believe that like all people go to that step of adopting a child.
I agree.
Like once that child is in your household and you're there helping to raise that child, no one's thinking like, well, let me adopt you and make you my official child. You're like already my child.
Sorry, he didn't think they were going to break up.
That was the point that I was going to make.
He didn't think he'd have to adopt them. He probably thought he'd be there for the rest of the child's life.
And there was no need to.
That sounds like being married without a certificate. If y'all ask me,
no, it doesn't.
Like it does, because essentially we're saying we believe that this is never going to end, so I'm not going to take the legal precaution to make it official.
So I don't know if you know anybody that was adopted by a step parent, but I do, and there's actually a bit of a process because the actual biological parent
has to give up their rights.
Yeah, they have to give up their rights, and I think, regardless if they trifling or not, and they're in that kid's life, asking a parent to give up their rights is kind of a big deal.
No, I know a couple people who've done it. Like,
I mean, they just sorry, but
I know a couple people that have done it.
Right,
like,
they sorry, but what I'm saying is that like to even bring that up to your wife or to the kid or whatever, one, the kid probably don't even know nothing about that. You know what I mean? And two, bringing it up to your wife, she's gonna have to go and open up a whole can of worms with the other dude she used to be with his dad, with the kid's dad, you know? So.
But it don't matter. So here's my thing. When you look at life in full, you hear more situations than not of a kid who's raised by a parent that is not theirs and ultimately decides that they still need or feel the need to seek out the parent that is. And
that's what?
Huh?
I'm sorry, say that again. The parent that is what?
That is their actual parent.
Oh, the real parent. Okay.
Yeah.
Biological.
And what ends up happening is sometimes, not all the time, I can only talk about the times that I've heard, that kid that ultimately sees and finally meets the parents, depending on the parent, you know, if they're like obviously in like drugs and stuff like that, it's a little bit different. But assuming that that parent is not, they end up creating a good relationship, and you start to see them try to side and find out and learn who that parent is, which then ultimately the step parent sometimes becomes the back burner parent.
Because they're getting the other side of the story.
Well, exactly. So I say all that to say, as a step parent or a parent who's attempting to still be a step parent when you're no longer with the actual biological parent, that makes zero sense to me. Because that kid is going to, at some point in time, that kid is going to find their father or their mother. They're going to find them. They're going to search for them. And unfortunately, they probably even might deal with some type of trauma from not having that person.
Yeah, but that takes nothing away from your relationship with that kid, though.
Until it does. And it happens often.
I don't think so, because
you didn't build it for 4 years.
Even if that's
what did you build? Like, yo, if you are a parent here and you tell me what has been built in the first 4 or 6 years of their life, you please drop it in the comments chat, because
no,
ain't
even
shit
if
built
the
in 6 years.
Even if the stepfather continued to be in that child's life, there's a possibility that he would wonder about his real dad regardless,
Yeah.
whether he was there or not. He would get curious.